Fitness has always been an important part of my life. I look back and I've got some kind of cool old photos from when I did a fitness competition when I was in college at Arizona State. And even looking back prior to that, I kind of wonder what drove me to become fitness oriented. And honestly, I think some of it was because I was a little bit smaller guy and I was a little bit of a late bloomer. You can't control certain things, so I started working out, trying to maybe give me a little bit more confidence because of that. I started Pure Hunting, my outdoor hunting TV show, and through some of the trade shows started meeting a few guys who were very like-minded. And meeting all of those folks at these outdoor trade shows really gave me my why. It was that involvement that gave me direction, it gave me consistency, and it gave me purpose.
So Willi and fitness, and once again, this is since the day I met him, kind of makes me want to throw up just a little bit, but he looks as good now, if not better, than he did when we were in college. And that makes anyone want to throw up. But I just wish he would eat cake every now and then to make me feel better. Sometimes we sit down and I look over at his plate and he eats the right stuff. He's not a junk food junkie.
My dad's fitness and like eating habits have always been super influential. He really got into it when Pure Hunting started, and he just felt that it played such a huge part in his hunting career, and the TV show would be a good way to put it in. I see him doing so well out hiking and out doing workouts and every single day wanting to be healthy that I've kind of taken that upon myself as well, just so that I can keep up hiking. I'm competitive too, so it kind of helps to like push me as well.
But honestly, as a lot of us find when we start having kids and our career starts growing, you fall off the wagon. Those things take precedence. And yes, I would try to make it a point to get into the gym early in the morning. You know, if I wasn't there at 5 or 5:30 and didn't get the workout in before my corporate job, it wasn't going to happen because it was more important for me to get home, spend time with my wife and kids. And as the career grew, that time commitment became a little bit more important. Of course, looking back, and even at that time, I knew it wasn't so much that I don't have the time, it's just that I didn't make the time. But it was always there and it would nag at me when I wasn't working out. But I didn't really have a why. I wasn't in fitness competitions. It was prior to CrossFit and prior to HIIT training and all of those things. It was more just, I knew it was important to me. I wanted to have a decent physique, not for ego purposes, but it just was important. And I always felt that for the general overall health benefits, it would be good. It wasn't until 2010 when I decided to try something different. And my wife and I'd had it in the back of my mind, but my wife and I decided to try P90X, one of the Beachbody programs, and just follow a routine for 90 days. And oddly enough, that same fall, I drew my first, well, and so far only bighorn sheep tag. It was a bighorn sheep tag in Colorado.
What a phenomenal deal, and to have you guys with me, I'm just pinching myself.
And as they say, you want to be in sheep shape. Well, because I'd started and completed the P90X program in that summer, I really was in sheep shape and realized how beneficial that could be to stick with something and the consistency. I have a couple very good examples of how my physical fitness has benefited me and just made the hunt more enjoyable. When the physical aspects of the hunt, the physical requirements were somewhat difficult. The first one was in an Alaskan caribou hunt. My buddy Chris and I were dropped off on a drop camp caribou hunt. But anybody who's been up there knows that walking a mile on the tundra is like walking 3 miles on level ground. It's spongy, it's uneven, there's hidden rocks, so your balance, just your endurance, your leg muscles and everything, because it's spongy. Fortunately, both killed caribou and had to pack them all the way back to camp. There was no horses or anything like that, no outfitter to come help. We packed every ounce of meat. Chris and I, again, both drew mountain goat tags in Colorado back in, I think, 2014. But you're talking huge elevation gains. It was more of a car camping type hunt, but we were up and down the mountain every single day. And again, we both killed mountain goats, which was great. And packing those things off of the mountain on sometimes almost up to 60-degree slopes with a heavy pack and the animal on your pack were a little bit challenging, but felt great about that. And in fact, Chris's mountain goat recovery was at 13,000 feet. It was in a blizzard where our footing was a lot more treacherous. And just the fact, again, that had the balance and the confidence to be able to accomplish that really was a benefit. Through the last 10 years, I can't think of the number of elk that I've packed out, but a dozen between Chris and me or more. And some of them haven't been that far, some of them have been pretty significant. In fact, just the biggest bull I ever killed was in New Mexico 2 years ago, and the pack out wasn't that long, but it was up and down a mountain to the car, but it was such a big-bodied bull, we were trying to do it in one trip, and we did. And sometimes it's sort of considered the lazy man's load, you know, a lot more weight than you need to do, but we got it out in one trip. And again, just the confidence to be able to do that and get the animal out in one trip was fantastic. And I'm so glad that I found my why over 10 years ago and the outdoor community and what it's provided me. But I don't think my story is finished. I hope that I've got 20 to 30 years, maybe even more in me, and that is a big reason that I have the why now, is that I can continue to do this well into my 70s and 80s and not feel hampered by my body breaking down and not being able to pursue what my biggest passion in life is, which is the outdoors.